Kirk Hansen here, reporting for the Spartan Rundown. Today, I'm at the Bob Martinez Sports Center interviewing Gil Swalls, the head of the in-crowd, on the history of the University of Tampa's football program. He has some great insight and knowledge on the team. There have been many rumors regarding the end of the University of Tampa's football program. Some believe it was due to the Bucks losing ticket sales, and others believe it was due to the issues with the university's budget. Everyone seems to have their own opinion on the matter.
You know, there's a lot of rumors surrounding UT football when it had its last season in 1974. It also happened to be the same year the Buccaneers came to town and started an NFL franchise in Tampa. So people, I think that the Buccaneers had something to do with us dropping football and selling our season ticket list to the Buccaneers. And you know, there's no real proof that that's what happened, but that's the most popular rumor going around. I think there was also a rumor that, you know, we had a lot of great players for a small school. So there's a rumor that the NCAA maybe was going to take a real hard look at what we were doing here. I'm not sure that's true either. There's no evidence of it. I think what really happened was the school was in financial problems, and the football team was projecting about a $100,000 cost over what was budgeted. And I think at that time the board of directors just got nervous about where the money was going to come from. And I think it was a financial decision and not much else.
Many players from the University of Tampa football program were inducted into the Spartan Hall of Fame. There are 70 out of 157 inductees that were football players, to be exact. The program must have meant a great deal to the university.
Well, it was important. The original Tampa Stadium was actually built to project a possible NFL franchise, but the University of Tampa was actually the first tenant and was the sole tenant, I think, as far as a football team or a major franchise for many, many years. And yeah, at that time in the 60s and 70s for sure, UT football was the big game in town. And they drew well into the mid-20,000s and up for some games. They played teams like Miami and Vanderbilt and a lot of teams that we know as big-time football teams today. It was kind of a mixed schedule. You know, they played a lot of small colleges too. But it was an interesting setup. Definitely they were the darlings of the community. And they definitely had a lot of players that went on to the NFL. So it was a really strong program in the early days. And no question, even today, people say, where's UT football? We wish we had it back. So USF was able to, you know, take advantage of that market and do quite well with it.
John Matuzak and Freddie Solomon were two of the greatest football players to step onto the football field at UT. They had many great moments in their collegiate career and went on to be NFL greats. Their love and passion for the game must have had a great deal to do with their success.
Just exciting guys. Now, Matuzak had transferred from, I believe, Missouri. He was a big-time player, and I'm not sure what the story was, how he came here. But I do know the coaching staff we had at the time did a great recruiting job. We actually had 18 players drafted into the NFL. John Matuzak was actually a #1 pick in the NFL. Freddie Solomon went on to great fame with the San Francisco 49ers and played with the Jerry Rices and all the big names that the 49ers had. He actually won a couple of Super Bowl rings. In fact, our football players have accumulated 6 Super Bowl rings. So we do have a tremendous tradition, and those two guys were great ones, and we had a lot more. Freddie, of course, is still in town. He works for the county sheriff's office as a community liaison officer, and you can often see Freddie Solomon at a UT event.
Many students today would like a football program to return to the university. Some believe it to be possible, others seem to be more pessimistic on the subject.
Well, I think it's harder now than ever because of the cost and the scholarships and the number of players. I know there are a lot of people that would love to see it. We're a little bit landlocked with space. We don't really have the practice fields right now. We don't have the locker rooms. We don't have office space for coaches. We don't have a training room that can handle it. We don't have a weight room that can handle it. So you're talking about a mega $1 million investment that I'm just not sure the school's ready to handle. So that's the deal. There was an effort to restart football in the late 1980s. They had a goal to raise $5 million, and I think they raised a little less than $1 million. So even then, it was a tough uphill climb, and it would be much more money now. Hopefully that interview with Gil Swalls was able to answer some of your questions about the University of Tampa's football program. I'm Kirk Hansen reporting for Spartan Rundown. Back to you, Sterling and Jen.